A battle of local programs wraps up the 2020 DC Paradise Jam presented by the U.S. Virgin Islands as George Mason takes on Howard. Howdy Hoops fans, Jeremy Huber here with Chris Naki. And Chris, we got to lead off with this. Makur Maker, the standout for Howard. He's out of this one, out indefinitely due to a groin injury.
Yeah, unfortunate for Howard, but it's going to be an opportunity for other Howard players. Obviously Makur is one of those guys, much hyped recruit, 5-star kid, not getting an opportunity, but to rest him now is really the prudent way to go. You need that kid for the rest of the season.
Let's go ahead and jump right into our players to watch. We start off with George Mason and their standout guard, Javon Green.
Yeah, and he put together a terrific first game of the tournament against Queens. Not so much, a little bit spotty in their loss to Belmont yesterday, but a really capable scorer. When he has it going, he can score inside and out. Yeah, he's kind of a crafty left-hander. We see him hitting a three right there, but he's got a lot of game offensively.
Other player to watch, it's Jordan Miller.
Yeah, and he really filled the breach yesterday in the interior. 19 and 11 in a comeback performance. Didn't play particularly well against Queens. Played very well against Belmont. Maybe that interior spot, that 4 position, might be a little bit more suited to his skill set, but he had a really good night against Belmont.
Over to Howard, they're looking to fill the breach, the loss of Makur Maker. Who will be able to do that for them? We start with Sam Green.
Well, Drexel transfer, capable inside-out player, big body. He has to play better. Steve Settle, another guy who has to play well too. DeMatha high school grad, capable one-on-one player.
Let's look at our keys to the game. We start with the Patriots, and of course, brought to you by Mountain Dew. What do the Patriots have to do to be successful?
They have a huge size advantage inside. You want to get the ball inside, get the ball into the post. And with that size, too, you want to own the defensive glass. With that, you'll control the entire pace of this game. George Mason also has to come out and set the tone early, play well out of the gates. They did very well early in the game against Belmont. They just weren't able to sustain it when their center, Josh Adoro, went to the bench with a couple of fouls.
And for Howard, what do they have to do without Maker in the lineup?
Yeah, they have to rally the troops. Really, that's a collective thing. Everybody has to play better. Not one guy is going to replace a guy as good as Makur Maker. It's going to have to be a collective battle. They have to find their mojo on both ends of the floor. This is a team that's really in a little bit of disarray right now, but you have to stay the course. This is a critical weekend for getting better, and you're playing against some quality opponents. There's no shame in losing. You just want to make sure you get better, and it starts on the defensive end. The D has to be improved, keeping guys out of the paint.
And looking at Makur Maker, of course, the school officially giving out this quote from Kenny Blakeney talking about that Maker really banged up. We're going to shut him down until he gets healthy because he's just not able to move. I don't want him to be counterproductive right now.
Well, I thought he was banged up the first day, on Thanksgiving Day. Struggled to get up and down the court, particularly in the second half of that game against Belmont. And again, this is your bell cow, your meal ticket, however you want to term it. He is a guy that a lot is riding on, and it's important that he be healthy at the most important times of the year. This is simply the first weekend of the year.
For Steve Settle, Kyle Foster looking to step up as they've shot a lot. Settle actually doing pretty well, going over double figures in his 2 games.
Very good one-on-one player, and it's everybody who has to step up. I mean, Howard just needs to play better from a collective sense on both ends of the floor, and maybe without Maker out there, you get a little different mojo, and see if they don't find it.
Lee almost turns that one over. Interesting looking out there, change in the starting lineup. Jordan Wood, who didn't see time in the first 2 games, starting for Howard.
Well, he has been their best shooter in practices, but he's had a shoulder issue. You can see it's wrapped there on number 24, and they're just looking for combinations that work.
As for George Mason, remaining out of the lineup, A.J. Wilson, their post presence, got dinged up in the first game, did not play yesterday, not in the lineup today.
Well, they've gone small. Jamal Hartwell gets the start, and it slides Jordan Miller down to that 4 spot, and he really capitalized on a lot of the matchups he had in their game yesterday against Belmont.
And first point of the game, knocked down by Foster. Foster double figures against Belmont's in the opener. Had just 4 yesterday against Queens.
Howard's going to play some zone here to start.